Hey, let's break down the forces of Onigashima War, our side and enemy side. So obviously if you are an anime-only fan and you do not read manga, and also if you are not caught up with the latest chapters of the manga, because I will be talking about the latest chapters, I will put in the name of the video up to what chapter I'm talking about. So if you do not know the recent events that happened in manga, then there will be huge spoilers for you in this video, so please tread carefully. So Onigashima War is basically a war between tyrants and the people who are trying to free the country from these tyrants. Kaido and Orochi have control of Wano as of now, but Red Scabbards, Straw Hats, and also Law's crew, Hot Pirates, are trying to free Wano from their clutches and open its borders. Basically, in this war, we have main forces going against each other, and we also have their allies. And here, I just want to recap what forces Kaido and Orochi have, and what forces, what allies do we have as Straw Hats and Red Scabbards. And also all the changes, all the traitors as of recent chapters, and all the possible allies, and also all the possible third parties. So for Kaido Pirates, we obviously have Kaido himself. We probably have Kaido's son. We do not know anything about Kaido's son as of yet, but he might come into play. He might be strong. He's Kaido's child after all. He has to be strong. Well, not necessarily, but it is interesting. We are not sure as of yet, but obviously he must be on Kaido's side. Then Kaido has really strong players under him. It's the Calamities, or as they can also be called, All-Stars. It's Jack, Queen, and King. So going from the card theme with Beast Pirates, well, we have two themes with Beast Pirates. It's a card theme and also like dragon, ancient beast, also dinosaur, like this kind of theme. King seems to be the strongest, Queen like the second strongest, and the weakest is obviously Jack. We do not know who will they fight, but I bet it should be someone from Straw Hats crew. Maybe they will fight the strongest people from Straw Hats like Sanji, maybe Zora, maybe King will fight Zora and Sanji will fight Queen, and for Jack, maybe Jimbei will fight Jack. I'm not sure because I think Jimbei might be stronger than Jack, but okay, I will not draw any conclusions from that, so let's move on. Kaido has a lot of mysterious forces. Other than simple headliners, he also has the Flying Six. So they seem to be the strongest of the headliners. Because the regular headliners, I mean, Hawkins is one of them. He seems to be quite strong, but the others, they're like Speed, Hold'em, Daifuga, they are actually very weak. So these headliners, I don't think they are a threat for us. They're there for Samurai and Yakuza maybe fight them, not our main forces. But we have the stronger headliners, the Flying Six, and we know two members of Flying Six. It's X-Drake and it is Page 1. Page 1 has already fought Sanji, and we do not know quite well. We saw in the anime the outcome seemed like, yes, Sanji won, but I think Page 1 could continue this fight, and Sanji just used this moment to run away. So we do not know for sure how would this all come out if they continued to fight, but Sanji seems to be stronger than Page 1. And then Page 1 seems to be loyal, by the way, to Kaido, but then we have X-Drake, another member of Flying Six, and he is still with the Marines actually. He is a spy in Kaido's midst of Beast Pirates. He relays all the info about Wano, about Kaido, about everything everyone is doing to Kobe, and basically Kobe tells the other Marines. I mean, not all the Marines, but only these special forces. So X-Drake is not loyal to Kaido, and he might actually become our ally in the process. He might actually be like, well, Straw Hats are here to take out two Yonkos. Maybe it would be good to help them. Maybe it would be good for Marines. And from there, Marines also could come as a third party and take participation in this war. We have also 4 other members of Flying Six, but we do not know anything about them. We saw their legs, and from this we can say there's one woman and one man who looks like a samurai, who's dressed kind of like a samurai, and really nothing more I can say. So let's go to the next part. We have the riffraff, and this riffraff is also divided in 3 groups, and they're all connected to smiles. They are waiters who are just waiting to receive this fruit. They do not have any power yet. There are gifters, the one who received good smiles, and they gained 2 horns, and they gain special powers, like animal powers, or maybe they are part animal themselves, something like this. And also we have pleasures. They only have 1 horn because they ate faulty smiles and they did not get any powers, but now they are cursed with laughter, like people from Abysso Town, for example, like Toko. And lastly, as I said, the card theme is very important to Beast Pirates, just like Beast themes, and we also have other forces in Beast Pirates that answer both of them, and these are numbers. We do not know much about numbers, but the name itself seems to be going with the card theme, so by logic, by power, they should go right after King, Queen, and Jack. I'm not sure how strong they are. You can't really say, but we only saw their silhouettes. It seems they look like beasts with also 2 horns, and they look giant. They are much bigger than regular human. They seem to be, yes, just like giants in size. And they have some clubs. They look like some beasts, like some oni. We can't really say how much of these numbers there are. Like what pack are they using? From going from 6 or going from 2? I'm not sure. Anyway, we are going from there to 10. So anyway, there shouldn't be too much of them, but as you saw, they are enormous. So they have to be a force to be reckoned with. So I think that's it for Beast Pirates, and next we have Orochi's forces. The Kaido is the strongest player on this side, and Orochi himself might not be the strongest. We do not know how powerful actually he is. He has a pretty neat devil fruit, but can he use it to its full potential? I'm not sure. He seems like a coward. He didn't fight Udon in the flashback, he just tried to protect himself. And the only people we saw him fighting were people who are weaker than him. And he also tried to attack a child, that is Toko, and he attacked Komurasaki, a woman who seems like she is weak, we do not know for sure. He didn't fight anyone strong, and when Zoro came at him, he just tried to run away, and Kyoshiro protected him at this moment. So my guess is Orochi has to be pretty weak, but he has 2 forces under him. It is Oniwabanshu, they are ninja. Again, we cannot know for sure how strong they are, on what power level they are, but they are pretty good ninja because they could sneak up on Robin, and that is a good sign as a ninja, you know. There seems to be 10 of them, and also one leader, Fukurakujo, and we do not know all of their names. We know Hattori Hanzo, we know some of the others, but not all of them, and we saw a bit of their powers. There seems to be an interesting woman that uses a musical instrument, but again, not much to be said about them. They seem to be strong, but how strong we do not know exactly. Also, we have samurai who are loyal to Orochi. They are called Mimavarigumi. Mimavarigumi, that is a difficult word. Anyway, they accompanied Orochi to Onigashima, so they will be a part of this war for sure. I don't think they are too strong. I think they will fight samurai that are on our side. I think that's how it will go. And also, Orochi's forces have Kanjuro. Kanjuro was one of the Red Scabbards, but he turned out to be a traitor. I told you, there will be huge spoilers if you don't read manga. So now we know that Kanjuro is actually on Kaido and Orochi's side. And he is not that weak, I would say. He is obviously stronger than Shinobu, but Shinobu herself I don't think is a huge player. But his fruit turned out to be more powerful than we thought at first. Like, not more powerful, but his art skills are actually better than he let us think. We thought he's a terrible painter, terrible artist, I mean, and he actually turned out to be a terrific artist. And it helps because his power is connected to drawings. So already we have these two major players, Beast's Pirates and Orochi Pirates, but it doesn't end here because Big Mom came with a huge chunk of her crew, and yes, she's now in alliance with Kaido. So we have two Yonkers going against us. And she's not alone. She has some of her strongest children with her. We didn't see Katakuri, but going from the pages I saw in manga, I managed to see Perospero, Daifuku, Smoothie, Flampe, Galette, Montador, Amande, Mobile, Bascarte, Raisin, Tablet, and Compote. I hope I pronounced all of them right, or at least the most of them. Anyway, her forces are pretty nice too. So we have Kaido and his allies, we have Orochi and his allies, and we have Big Mom and her family, and that is pretty terrifying. And also you can't forget Apu and his crew. Not sure about Hawkins. Hawkins is actually an interesting character to discuss because I think he is with Kaido because his cards are showing him that it is better to be with Kaido, with the strongest player. But if his cards at one point, if they show him that now it is better to be with Straw Hats, like now they have more chances of winning this war, I think he will be gone in a blink of an eye. He will ditch Kaido's crew and go to our side the moment he sees that our side is the winning one. So this is it basically for enemy forces. I hope I didn't forget anything. And we also have to again repeat that Hawkins and X-Drake possibly might become our allies in the course of this war. Now what do we have to counter two Yonkers, some of the supernovas, powerful ninja, and some samurai, and some crazy giants? What do we have? So obviously first of all we have Red Scabbards minus Kanjuro, but we got Denjiro with us now. So basically we are left with Kinemon, Inu, Rise, Kiko Kawamatsu, Ashiradoji, Denjiro. We also have Neko on our side, but he's absent for now. He's trying to gather more allies for us for this war. I will also note Shinobu and Momo as kind of part of the Red Scabbards. They are not actually the part of the Red Scabbards, but I don't have any other group to add them to. So Shinobu is a ninja who was a part of Oniwabanshu, but she stayed loyal to Udon. So I think she might be called like a part of these Red Scabbards, like an honorary member. And then we have Momo himself. Momo is not a fighter, he's just a small child, but we saw him training a lot. He can be an inspiration to his people, so maybe he will have another moment where he does something useful in a fight also, but it's not for sure. So Red Scabbards seem to be pretty powerful. Their leader is Kinemon. He is not the smartest guy in the world, unlike Denjiro, but his friends love him and respect him, and yes, he is a leader, because it is an interesting point, because every fraction of our part of our alliance has a leader. With Denjiro came 200 men, I guess from his Yakuza family. He says, like, 200 men from Kyoshiro family, and he is a Yakuza boss, so he considers his underlings as his family. So he has 200 men with him who are loyal only to him, only to Denjiro, basically Kyoshiro. They are not loyal to Orochi. They do not care about Orochi. They just want to follow Kyoshiro because they love him. And also, he set free 1,000 men from the prison in Rasetsu district. These are our samurai with the mark of the crescent moon. And also, we have men from Udon, prisoners from Udon, along with all the Yakuza, boss Hyogoro and other 4 Yakuza. I do not remember their names by heart, so I will read them aloud. So we have 5 regions, and we have 5 old Yakuza that were answering for these regions before Kaido and Orochi came along. And these are for Flower Capital. It's Hyogoro of the Flower, obviously. For Udon, it's Bloodletter Oobasa. For Hakumai, it's Broken Head Tsunogoro. For Ringa, it's Moonflower Ocho, the only woman in this group. And for Kibi, we have Snake Eye Yatape. So they must be pretty strong. I think they're really like solid, strong players. War, but again, we don't know much about their powers. I would say Hyogoro obviously can use Haki. I'm not sure about the other 4, but it is plausible that they can use Haki too. With the Red Scabbards, we have some really devastating forces. We have samurai, we have Kyoshiro's Yakuza family, we have Yakuza bosses along with Hyogoro, the main boss. We have Udon prisoners. Yes, I think this is it. And also a ninja from Oniwabanshu, that is Shinobu. That is pretty neat. Obviously, Straw Hats are a big ally of Red Scabbards, and they are really interested in helping them. We know who the Straw Hats are. I will not name all of them for you, but the important part is that all of the Straw Hats are gathered in Wano. They are all here to fight, along with Jimbei, because Jimbei came back, and we have our full crew. Isn't this incredible? So this is going to be insane. And also, we have some mascots. I could say we have Zeus, and that is pretty important for Nami. This is a big power up for her. We have from Whole Cake, and I count him as a separate fighter here. And you also saw in one of the panels, he had this cute samurai helmet. Zeus is adorable. And also, you cannot forget about Usopp's sword. Oh, I'm crazy about Usopp's sword, and it is here with us, so it's part of our forces. With the Red Scabbards, one of the Wano forces that I discussed earlier, and with Straw Hats, in our alliance we also have Hot Pirates, so Law and his crew, and also we do have Minks. So as I said before, we have leaders for each faction. So obviously, Red Scabbards, it's Kinemon, Straw Hats, it's Luffy, Yakuza, it's Hyogoro, but Hyogoro is also a leader of Samurai. So he's leading Samurai and Yakuza, and also Udon prisoners, so a lot of people. Obviously, Hot Pirates Law is a leader, and I wanted to say something else. Yes, Minks. For Minks, Shishilian is a leader, one of the 3 musketeers. He is leading the Minks. And Minks is a pretty important force because our plan was to attack at the full moon, where Minks can use their full potential. And lastly, we have Kid and his crew. He isn't really our ally, but he is against Kaido, just like us. So we have similar goals, not similar, the same exact goal, except for he wants to take Kaido's head himself and decorate his ship with Kaido's head. And I think Luffy wants to be the one who will take, maybe he doesn't want to decorate his ship with Kaido's head, but he wants to be the one to beat Kaido. So there's a bit of a conflict here. We can't really call Kid our ally, but for now he's on our side. So as you can see, our forces are pretty devastating too, just like Kaido's forces. The only problem is they have two Yonkas, but we have a lot of supernovas, and also we have a possibility of new allies coming, because we sent Neko in search for allies, and he might come back with someone strong. He might even come back with Shanks, we do not know for sure, but it would be actually interesting if he came back with Shanks, but I'm not sure if it's time yet for Luffy to meet Shanks, seriously. So I'm a bit confused because we had this cover for Wano that showed all four of the Yonkers, and we know for sure that Blackbeard is coming as a third party. He will not be our ally, I don't think he will be Kaido's ally, he's a third party, just like the Marines if they will come. Just like CP, that is now in Wano, they are also a third party. They are not on any of these sides, like for Wano or against Wano. They have their own interests. So it seems that all four Yonka have to be gathered in Wano, but will Shanks really come? Will he really fight alongside us? We cannot know for sure. But if he does, it is a really powerful ally. You don't say. It will be balanced. It will be perfectly balanced. Also, as I said already, X-Drake and Hawkins might become our allies, and also I wanted to note that Yukimaru or Onimaru, a kitsune you might remember, who is loyal to Shimatsuki family, he might think that he fulfilled his purpose already, because he helped us gather weapons and all that, but he might just come back and fight alongside us, because he is crazy strong. I think he might be just maybe as strong as Zora, maybe a bit weaker than Zora, but I think somewhere on the same level. It seemed like that from the manga. Maybe I'm not, maybe I'm mistaken, but I think he would be a powerful addition to our forces. So about the numbers, not these giants, but the numbers on our forces. We have 5,400 or 5,400 men, and unfortunately I couldn't find the number for Kaido's forces. It might be 30,000, it might be somewhere around this number. I'm just saying this from memory because I didn't find the chapter where it was stated, but I believe it was stated somewhere. So you might, if you want, you can write in the comments if you know the exact number, but their forces are overwhelming, and ours are not that big, but they all are strong. All the people we have with us are strong. So we have a chance. Obviously, we have to win. We will win. It is obvious because we are the main players, main characters. But how will we do that? How will we manage to beat Kaido, to beat Big Mom? Well, as for Kaido, I think Luffy had undergone a pretty neat training. So, with this new rune, new haki he learned, he might beat through Kaido's tough scales. He also has some other supernovas on his side, so I think they might all fight Kaido, all supernovas against Kaido. And then about Big Mom. She's also Yonko. She's crazy strong. She seems to be on the same power level as Kaido. Well, she might regain her memories as Orlin, and then she will become maybe not an ally, but again this third party. Maybe she will be confused and not know if she really wants to fight Straw Hats or not. So she's kind of like a wild card. We cannot know for sure if she will be a strong opponent, or if she will become an ally, or if she just decides to not participate at all. We have no idea because her memory is very unreliable. She loses her memory all the time because she lost actually her memories of her childhood. She doesn't have them. And what if she remembers her childhood and how she ate her friends and Mother Caramel? What if she remembers this in Wano? What consequences might this have? Maybe she will just go into her rage, and again it will make her a third party, because she will be just raging without knowing who is she fighting, what side. She would not care. So there are a lot of speculations that can be made about this war and about all the players who participate in this war, all the possible allies, all the possible third parties, and also the possibility of Vegapunk appearing in this arc, because Orochi asked for Vegapunk. Oh, I can't seem to pronounce his name normally. Vegapunk. He asked for Vegapunk from world government, and maybe they will not send him Vegapunk. That is plausible, the most plausible, but we do not know what will happen. Onigashima war has basically started, because we already broke the first gate, we already took out the soldiers who were guarding this gate, and we are coming through. Well, share your thoughts in the comments down below on this war, on the strengths of both sides, on all their lies, on all the possibilities, and if you know what number Kaido's crew has, like his allies included, please add this in the comments too, like how much men does he have, because I couldn't find it. And well, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and see ya!